friend. Wanted to quickly share with you my story and more to the rest of my story and the new journey that I'm on. Wanted to show you these pictures. This was recently me about around 7 months ago. This was in September of last year already. Couldn't believe life happened this way, but it did. That was me out of an emergency C-section. And I was hooked up on oxygen and holding my little baby Mira that did not make it. She passed away from a terrible pregnancy issue that we went through, and her lungs collapsed. And here I am again. And I do want to share with you, my sister-in-law gave me this special shirt that I wear with, and it reminds me of the season that I came out of. The best view comes from the hardest climb. And I have an amazing necklace here my friend gave me. I'll hold you in my heart, Mira, until I can hold you in heaven. So I am so thankful for the promise that God has given us that one day I will be able to see my baby girl, Mira, again. Want to quickly share with you the story. It all started in June of last year. I was pregnant, and around the 17-week marker, all my fluid came out of me. So literally my water broke. And when that happens, doctors immediately think, that you could lose the baby, but gratefully I did not. I was able to carry and have amazing memories with my Mira in my womb for a total of 7 months. When your water breaks, that can cause a lot of harm to baby's lungs, and it could make their lungs weak, and that's how a baby breathes, is fluid. It's amazing how God creates us, but we literally breathe fluid to make our lungs strong. And because I had no fluid, they always wondered, if she would make it. And when you're going through such a terrible pregnancy diagnosis, you do get put on bed rest. I was on bed rest and recovery time for a total of 6 months. So I was dealing with a 6-month health battle. I was literally, my body was deteriorating. Very weak, muscle tone was lost. I had no energy, very fatigued, pretty weak to walk. And also with that, I was not able to be a mommy like I wanted to be. And so I couldn't hold Trinity. That was really a hard time for us during that whole 6 months of, being on bed rest. So I was on bed rest at home. I was put on bed rest in the hospital, and that was in July. And then September, my contractions started happening really quick. Doctors started flooding my room, and it was like a movie scene, honestly. And doctors and nurses rushing in, and let's do this, let's do that. We've got to help you now. We've got to rescue you and rescue your baby. Your baby is breached, and you have no fluid in your womb. And, we've got to deliver with an emergency C-section. So them hooking me up so fast, and coming from all corners of the hospital, they came in and got me quickly to the surgical room, and a doctor stepped in and said, "Can I pray with you before this happens?" And they were masking me up, with a mask and oxygen and getting ready to put anesthesia in me to knock me out. And we prayed, and thankfully, I know that, the angels were there, God was there. And it literally took 10 to 12 minutes for them to open me up and rescue Mira. And Mira literally came out crying. And what a miracle that is. So another miracle to the story, that she came out alive. And I was honestly at the worst state of health I ever was. When they went in, they actually tore things inside of me, and that caused me to literally lose over half of my blood supply. And so they gave me a blood transfusion. Mira was fighting for her life. I was fighting for my life. So I was out under the anesthesia and recovery time in the ICU for about 7.5 hours. The doctors come in and say, "Megan, we hate to bear bad news, but Mira has fought so hard, her lungs are weak, and they are collapsing." So they rushed me to the NICU, and by that time, she did not make it. She literally went on to be with Jesus, and I literally received my baby girl dead in my arms. I'll never forget it. Mama Bear rose up within me. I started praying and declaring life, and that she would be resurrected. But I know on this side, She didn't get resurrected, but I know she's resurrected in heaven, and she is with Jesus. Jesus is the resurrection life no matter what. And through such tragedy, God had been very, very loving and comforting and gracious to me. He literally spoke to me in these 6 months with his love language of numbers. And after Mira had passed, and I was on the phone with a friend wondering what heaven must be like, what it must be like for little ones to be in heaven, the Lord downloaded to me. He says, do you realize that Mira was born on the 7th day of September? She fell into my arms 7.5 hours later, and you buried her 7 days later. And me and my friend were like, whoa, this is amazing. And number 7 is God's favorite number. It means wholeness, perfection, and completion. So Jesus was literally telling me in that moment that Mira is doing good, she is perfected, and that she's okay. And I told my husband, he was excited, and he says, I have more 7s for you. I'm like, oh my goodness. He said, did you realize all this happened in your 7th month of pregnancy, and that we just celebrated 7 years of marriage? And I'm like, oh my goodness. So 5 7s God has covered this whole situation with. And right after everything, I looked at my battle scar in the mirror after recovery time, and I wondered how I ever would get my health completely restored and to be me again. And I divinely got connected with a naturopathic doctor, and I told her my story, and she's like, I can help. And she recommended some special herbs and minerals and vitamins and different things to build up my structural system again. And she wanted to offer me the Herb Specialist company. They had been formulating herbs for almost 50 years, Nature's Sunshine, and I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm going for it. And so I started a journey with my health. After the holidays on January 8th, I started doing this. I started, doing a 3-month detox. And let me tell you, I am not the same person. I've got my energy back. I can be a mommy again. I can hold my Trinity. I can garden this year. I literally just painted my whole house except for like 2 rooms. I got my skin color back. I've got muscle tone again. I'm just so excited with, God setting me up divinely with his way to health. And so I just want to let you know, no matter what you're going through, what health situation that you have been through, or maybe you're currently going through, nothing is hopeless. God has given us an amazing body, and your body is an amazing healer when you feed it and fuel it right, especially with his way to health. So during this season, I have also been training with my naturopathic doctor, learning, educating myself as well, because I'm on a new journey to health. I'm going to continue this as a lifestyle, and so grateful. So I have gotten the opportunity to be a natural health practitioner. Yes, a natural health practitioner, getting trained through my naturopathic doctor, and it is leading me on to many more things. I'm excited that I will be able to be doing some education classes to train others if they're interested in educating themselves about their health and God's way to health. I'll be also getting certified as an aromatherapist, how to safely and effectively use essential oils. I can't wait to start doing iridology, which is your eyes are a map to your body. So I'll be able to tell others, what systems in their body are weak and what they can be working on. I'll be able to pH test your body if you're too acidic or too alkaline and what to do about that. I will also be doing muscle testing and scanning your body to know what minerals and vitamins or essential oils, flower essences that your body is really needing to get you on the right path to wholeness and health. So I'm just so excited with all of this amazing treasures and people, and that I am on a new pathway to health and health for others. You can follow me on this YouTube channel. I will be sharing quick tutorials and about health for giving lasting health to families. So I'll have Trinity with me doing some smoothies and cooking and just share the goodness to God's way to health. And it's called Gotcha Healthy. So I will let you go to have a wonderful day, and thanks again for listening and letting me share. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.